You did everything right. You were respectful. You listened. You were always there. So why did she lose interest? If you're a nice guy, not just polite but painfully agreeable, there's a hard truth you need to hear. It's not that women don't want kind men. It's that they don't want weak ones. If being nice were enough, every guy who held the door open would be dating a supermodel by now. Understanding this is not just about relationships, it's about self-respect, leadership, and even wealth. Because when you stop doing these 5 things, you don't just become more attractive. You become more powerful in every part of life. Stick with me because number 4 will shock you. It's something most men think is romantic. And number 5 is the reason many guys stay broke and heartbroken. Point 1. Overvalidating her. Let's start with the number 1 killer of attraction, overvalidation. Picture this. You match with someone on a dating app. You're blown away. She's gorgeous, smart, funny. You start complimenting her a lot. You're so beautiful. You're way out of my league. Before long, it's a flood of emojis, good mornings, and sweet messages, but then she stops replying. What happened? You were being sweet, right? Respectful? Why didn't it work? Here's the truth. When you constantly validate a woman before she's invested in you, you devalue your own attention. You give her something for free that she hasn't earned. And what do we do with things that are handed to us? We take them for granted. At some point, you're not being romantic, you're just a push notification she forgot to silence. Validation isn't wrong, but it must be earned. In finance, we call this value-based exchange. Don't give away your value like a bankrupt charity. Make her curious, make her work for your praise. But if overvaluation chases women away, what happens when you hide your real intentions? That's coming up next, and it's even worse. Point 2. Suppressing desire to be nice. A lot of nice guys think being respectful means never showing desire. They don't flirt, they don't touch, they don't make a move. They think if they wait long enough, she'll magically see their worth. Let's take Jake. Jake liked his coworker Emma. They had great conversations. He picked up her coffee, laughed at her jokes, listened to her talk about other guys. 3 months later, she started dating a loud, confident dude from sales. Jake was crushed. He asked her, "Why him?" She said, "I just never thought of you that way." Boom. Friend-zoned, relegated to an emotional support dog. Here's what happened. Jake was hiding his masculine polarity. He thought suppressing his desire made him safe, but in reality, it made him invisible. Desire, when expressed with confidence, isn't creepy. It's honest. A man who owns his attraction isn't a bad guy. He's a bold guy. And bold. Point 3. Being overly available. Nice guys are often too available. They drop everything for her. They cancel plans, neglect goals, and rearrange their lives to be at her beck and call. You've seen this before. The guy who answers every text instantly, who says yes to every favor, who never has boundaries. At first, it seems sweet, but soon, she gets bored, or worse, she loses respect. Why? Because people value what's rare. If your time is always available, it's no longer precious, it's cheap. If you're acting like an Uber driver with a crush, it's time to raise your rates. A high-value man builds his life first. His time is focused, his boundaries are clear. That's attractive. That's respected. That's how you build wealth and legacy. But what if you think you're being selfless, and you're actually guilt-tripping her? Let's talk about point 4, the silent destroyer of relationships. Point 4, expecting rewards for good behavior. Here's a harsh truth. Nice guys often expect emotional ROI. They do nice things with the hope of getting love, attention, or sex in return. Say you drive her to the airport, help her move apartments, listen to her cry over another guy, and in your heart, you're hoping she'll see what a great man you are. When she doesn't, you feel betrayed, angry. You say things like, "After everything I did for you?" But wait, did she ask for that? Or did you do it to earn her? Women don't want transactional love, neither do you. This nice guy syndrome is based on manipulation dressed up as kindness. You're not dating a vending machine. You can't insert kindness and expect kisses. True confidence comes from giving without expectation and living without neediness. Give because it aligns with your values, not because you're trying to win her. So what's the deadliest trait of all? The one that keeps nice guys broke, lonely, and powerless. Point 5 is the root cause of failure in dating, business, and life. Point 5, avoiding conflict at all costs. Nice guys avoid conflict. They don't speak up. They agree with everything. They think being easygoing makes them lovable. But here's the truth. It makes them forgettable. Women don't respect men who can't stand up for themselves. If you're afraid to disagree, to say no, or to challenge her when she's wrong, you're not being kind. You're being a coward. Avoiding conflict is the fastest way to lose your self-worth and your direction in life. Conflict isn't dangerous. It's how leaders grow, whether in relationships or in wealth. The man who avoids hard conversation never becomes a man of influence. So stop being afraid to challenge, to lead. Women don't want a yes man. They want a real man. Conclusion. Nice isn't bad, but if your niceness comes from fear of rejection, fear of being alone, fear of not being enough, then it's not really kindness, it's self-betrayal. Want to know the real secret to long-term power? It's not luck, it's not charisma, it's compounding. The same principle that builds unstoppable wealth also builds unstoppable confidence. Click on this video right here, The Power of Compounding, and find out how to multiply your success in love, in money, and in mindset. Your future starts now.